combating an overactive bladder may be easier than you think. We are showing you a secret that may change your bladder for good. I want to welcome Dr. Michael Kennelly, co-director of the Women's Center for Pelvic Health here. Welcome tonight. I know this can be kind of an awkward subject, but we want to learn how to fight this issue and sort of just give us a brief overview of what you do.
Well, my world is the world of below the belt. And basically, it's anything dealing with the bladder that's non-cancer related. And specifically, it is dealing with the issues of urinary incontinence, voiding dysfunction, pelvic organ prolapse. And these are significant issues for women, as we know.
How did you get involved in this particular area of research?
Well, actually, when you realize this is something that affects women, usually about 35 million Americans are affected by overactive bladder. That feeling of gotta go. And so it's that urgency, that feeling of if you're not going to get there, urine may leak out. In addition, it's getting up at nighttime. And that's a significant issue for a majority of people. It affects their life, their work, their sexual relationships. It can affect all aspects of life. And so when you realize that you can actually improve it and make an equality impact to that, it's very empowering. And you see the changes to women, you see the changes to men. It's really fantastic.
So let's talk about some of the ways that women specifically can fight a bad bladder. You sort of have 5 things that you need to be doing or not doing, depending on the case. So let's talk about number 1.
Right. So I think some of the things we'd like to do is really what are the key things for people that can do it at home. And I think lifestyle changes are one of the key.
Okay.
And so lifestyle changes is really trying to stop smoking.
No smoking.
Smoking
That's an easy one.
Is one of the things. The nicotine actually is very irritating to the bladder. And so that's something easily to do.
Okay.
The other aspect to do is, if you look at, is all the things that we tend to drink. A lot of the coffees, the teas, the colas, the citrus products, the foods that are spicy, tomato-based, all of those also tend to be very irritating to the bladder.
The good foods, a lot of the good foods, or that are yummy, I should say, not necessarily good for you.
Even chocolate.
Oh, wow.
That's a tough one for people to do. So
learn something new every day,
and those actually can be beneficial.
Okay, so skip these drinks, and then also
you look at vitamins. So vitamin D, specifically vitamin D, it's been shown that if you have a normal vitamin D level, that can improve your pelvic health, your muscle tone, in addition to urinary incontinence. So especially for women who are concerned regarding osteoporosis, vitamin D is something they can easily do.
And you should keep a diary?
Well, one of the things about a diary that helps is that you kind of track how often you're going to the restroom. And as you track how often you go, you can kind of quantitate when you're getting the urges. So that is also something that's beneficial for the provider when you go to see them. They can help them make some assessments.
Okay.
The other areas are looking at really the pelvic floor muscles. And looking at the pelvic floor exercises or the squeezes. No one likes to exercise, but if you can actually squeeze the muscles, that will actually decrease the bladder contractile ability. So it's urge suppression techniques. There's actually specialized women, especially throughout the Charlotte area, physical therapists who really help hone in to identify where those muscles are at. And that's very powerful.
This is the Kegel, mastering the Kegel exercises, yes?
Yes, and most people don't know exactly where those muscles really are. They think they do, but they don't.
And it's kind of a tip, like, to start so you know how to trigger it, is when you're using the bathroom, seeing if you can stop the flow. And that kind of helps to isolate the muscles you're talking about?
Just to isolate it, but that doesn't mean you have to do it all the time. Just really to work on it and identify the correct muscles.
All right. Well, for more information, you want to log on to WBTV.com, folks. Look in the Web Extra section under the Home tab. We've got some more information. Dr. Kennelly, we appreciate your time tonight. Thank you so much. These are some easy things that we can do to kind of help our bladder health. We want to keep our bladder in good health.
Absolutely. And see your providers. If there's any question, you can log on to Cogentix Medical for further information on some of the items that we had here talking today.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Kennelly.
Thank you.
Let's get back